Good morning, everybody. Mr. Nealon here. I want to take 5 minutes this morning just to reiterate to you a few key messages, a few core things regarding the operation of the school, specifically with regards to the way that we do things, our operations, our routines, and really important to re-emphasize to you why it is that we behave in the way that we do at this school. Now, I'm sure that everybody is aware that Camden Court holds a singular place within the city. It's an old school, the old house dating all the way back to 1891. It's one of the very first comprehensive that ever came into existence across the country. And it's a school which has a legacy and a reputation which is beyond other schools within the city. We're quite fortunate, as I've said to you all before, that we are a school that is not just part of the community, that a school that sits within at the very heart of our community. You students, as members of that Cowden Court community, are never far away from other students who've attended the school, whether that's grandparents, cousins, siblings, or just local people that you will come across. Across Coventry, you will never be more than 3 people away from somebody else who is a Cowdonian and who is linked, like you, to our school. Now, we are also quite singular in the way that we approach your education. Like all schools, we will say that we want the very, very best for you. But what we do is we try and codify that and wrap that up for you in 3 key things. For a Camden Court student, coming to school and doing well academically is not enough. We want that for you. We absolutely have a commitment towards you getting that. But we want you to have more than just great academic experiences, more than just great academic outcomes, though we really do want you to have those too. So we think about what is beyond that. What is the whole child? What is the whole point? And we think very carefully about how we dedicate time to experiences that you can have, which will develop you as a person. We make our decisions at the school rooted in your learning experience. When we ask you to do something within the school, it's because we see that as being an operation that will enable you to learn more and think harder, working harder every single day, leading you to become people that understand the benefit of hard work. And the third thing that we do is we look to ensure that we remove the obstacles, working alongside you and your families to ensure that we can get you into lessons and learning. Because actually, what we want you to do is have your very best education for you. And that doesn't mean we make excuses for you or lower expectations, but it does mean that we recognize that if you need to work harder, we will help you work harder. And if you need some support, we'll give you some support. But ultimately, we want you to be the best that you can be, leading towards you have the best future you can have, and help you understand that you need to be able to direct yourself towards that. Now, specifically thinking about behavior, we have a range of things that we do within the school, and I don't think we always necessarily communicate that to you. But we have a consistent approach, which is about removing those barriers, focusing on learning. And the way that we articulate through that is through what we call a warm and strict approach. Or what I might also say is about being kind, but not nice. We will be on your back if we feel like you can be doing more than you are currently doing. We will give you tough love and give you tough messages if we feel that that candor and honesty is something that you really, really need. We will hold you to the decisions that you make so that you understand that everything that you do will have a consequence and you must take responsibility for your choices. But we do that with warmth because we care. We're not doing that because we just want to get out of bed every day and give someone a detention. If you have a detention, it's because we think long term that is a good thing for you to do to understand the consequences of your actions. But actually, we're kind. We think about your future self, the future self with the best academic outcomes, with a load of really positive experiences, who is prepared to go and attack the wider world and really, really be successful within it. Now, within school, we recognize that predictability creates comfort. We want you to know with absolute certainty what it will be like when you come to school every single day. So we try to be relentless with our routines. Your experiences, as much as possible, should be similar. Every teacher starts lessons in the same way. Every teacher's expectations regarding behavior, regarding uniform, punctuality is the same. We offer a consistency of consequence so that you understand where you stand, but really importantly, you understand what happens for somebody else as well. You need to feel confident that you can come to school and get 5 periods a day of uninterrupted learning. We are committed to no disruption within your classrooms. So that means that you need to feel confident and your families need to feel confident that we will commit to that and make sure there's a consistency of consequence if someone were to disrupt your learning. The school is large, so we have a large pastoral team. Our principle that sits behind that is that you all feel that somebody knows you. Every child in this school has a key person, a form tutor, a pastoral manager, a head of year, or sometimes either from our broader staff. But everybody is known because whilst we're in a big school, you are all important to us. And then finally, we recognise that sometimes for some students, our approach to behaviour needs to be a broader approach. It cannot just be what we call the universal, the sitting up straight, the working hard in lesson. Sometimes, for a short period of time, someone might need something further. And that may come from people within the school, or it may come from colleagues from outside the school that we bring in to work really, really hard with you to remove those barriers to your learning. That is never something anyone should be embarrassed about. That is something which we just sometimes need to accept, that if we need a bit more and someone can offer it to us, we'll take that. Whenever an opportunity becomes available to us, we should seize that opportunity, but then work really, really hard at it to make sure that we can still be self-directing and have great ownership about where we want to go with the rest of our lives. So we want to keep you learning. Intervention in this school is about getting you back into the classroom, not having you out of it. Because in the classroom, you then get to be with everybody else, being taught by our teachers, our great curriculum, and focusing on the bright future that we want you to have. So, what does that mean in a nutshell? Well, when you come to school, just remind yourselves that what we want for you is disruption-free learning. You can learn hard in every lesson. A consistency of consequence, a predictability that gives you comfort and security. Warmth and strict from our members of staff. Adults who have adult authority, but adults who exert that authority with kindness. Adults who hold you to your best self so you can be the best that you can be. And adults who insist that you are made to think hard and work hard, participating in all of your lessons. And that doesn't mean that you're always the person with your hand up, but it does mean that you are attentive and you are always trying to produce your best work. Now, alongside that, you need to understand that sometimes, unfortunately, within a school, not everybody comes with you on that. As much as we want within our inclusive community for everybody to be successful as well, please also be assured that we will not allow single individuals within our school to work in a prejudicial way towards your educational experience. And what I mean by that is, whilst we will support people, there will always be a point where their educational needs will be outweighed by the needs of everybody else. We will never allow a single individual who is not trying to make a difference to themselves to disturb the learning that you have on a daily basis disproportionately. And if this school needs to make tough decisions, we have and we will make tough decisions, though we never really want to do it. What we commit to is everybody in the school having disruption free. So everybody who is in the school needs to commit to that as well. So finally, let me just tell you something which you may not recognize. We have a school between years 7 and 11 of 1,671 pupils. You add on top of that over 200 pupils in our sixth form. We have nearly 2,000 pupils in the school. And within our daily basis, 99.1% of you get it right every single day. I've done the statistical analysis. So less than 1% of you are behaving in a fashion that means you need to be removed from lessons. Less than 1% of you don't attend lessons and make poor choices. 99.1% of you, virtually everybody, comes to school and commits to the Camden way of being and doing things so they can get a really, really good experience. So the final thing I'd want to say to you just regards to that is, well done, keep that going. That commitment to your education is what's going to enable you to build a bright future for yourself. Thank you very much. Have a good day.